physical pain. Stay away from pain and rush towards pleasure. Pain is inevitable. We can all be very loving and very caring and very happy with the world and very giving till the moment we are in pain. And then we become monsters, because once that pain hits your body, it's the worst thing. It's like, how can this happen to me? And there is pain and there is pain. And I'll tell you that I'm going to speak from experience. Last year when I had surgery, I had no idea that pain could be so terrible, so terrible. I mean, the first few days that you come out of surgery, the pain of having a nail screwed into your hip is just incredible. But today, 6 months later, I'm like, wow, I went through that, and it's 9 months now, and I'm fine. And there is no pain. There is no pain at all. Sometimes, especially when there's surgical intervention, we have to go through a little bit of pain in order to reach the pain-free state. And it's okay. It's okay. There is no rule that, we can't tolerate pain, right? Each person has a different pain tolerance. And you see people, I watch a lot of these movies, and you see them all being beaten. My God, if somebody touched me, I think I would blow up in pain, right? You see them all being slapped and beaten and boxed. And there's a game where they're actually causing each other pain, beating each other up. I find that incredible. Incredible. Not only are they beating each other up, everybody around is cheering and making money off of it. Same thing in a bullfight. You look at that bullfight and you see that poor bull, confused, not knowing what is happening, surrounded by people, poked and prodded, in terrible pain, and people are getting happy about it. Causing pain, feeling pain, they're the same. They're two sides of the same coin. We feel physical pain. We cause others psychological pain. Anything that causes people pain takes you away from a karmic center. I can never understand how entire industries are made of causing people pain. How armies are trained to hurt others. It hurts me. It hurts me. I can never understand it. Because the worst thing you can do is cause another person pain. To beat a child or to hit a child or to discipline a child. And I see, with my grandchild, I see that even the slightest pain to the child, we're immediately saying, oh, no, this mustn't hurt. You mustn't, it must be okay, right? We actually teach our children to stay away from pain and rush towards pleasure. What is pleasurable is fun. And I always say the truth has two sides to it. While I'm telling you that pain is something that should not happen, It is inevitable. Pain happens. Pain happens, but suffering need not. Pain in the body will happen. You'll fall down. You have nerve endings in the body. You get a headache. You're stressed out. Somebody hurt you. You have a disease. Pain happens. Right? The sharp pain of verbal abuse, when someone says something to you or hurts you in certain ways, right? Most of us are in situations where we're not in combat. We're not at the receiving end, but it can happen, okay? It can happen at any point of time. So I'm not talking about that kind of pain because it doesn't exist in our world. And I cannot refer to every kind of pain. Pain is inevitable. We're going to get it at some point in our lives. Who has not had a toothache? And who has not felt the relief once the root canal is complete? Right? It's a feeling of, oh my God, life is good, everything is good. See, that's the feeling I want you to have every single day. Every single day. The feeling that you've had a toothache, you've had a headache, you've had a pain in your back, but it's all fine now. It's all okay now. Because including pain, nothing really lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And how can meditation help you with physical pain? When I was researching my book, and I have it written there, I met a young man from, I want to say someplace in Eastern Europe, Croatia or one of those countries. And he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS, when he was about 28 years old. He went from being an active guy, working out and, he says going to rave parties and even doing a little bit of drugs and drinks and, just generally having good time, to being unable to hold a toothbrush in his hand. He was in a wheelchair when he met Guruji, Shri, right? And he did the course, although he could barely breathe, he did the course. And he practiced on his own, and it came to a point when he said, I'm only going to do the breath. I'm only going to do the breath. I'm not going to take these medicines because they're giving me too many side effects. And so he quit the medicines. He quit all medicines. He just did his breath work 3 times a day, 4 times a day. He just kept doing it up to a point where he just started getting better. He started getting better. He says, today, when I spoke to him, he says, I teach yoga. I can't believe it. It's a miracle. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I improved. I want to say it's the breath, but maybe it's providence. Maybe it's what God intended for me. And there are so many stories. There was, one of the greatest Vedanta teachers or spiritual teachers of our generation is Ramana Maharishi. And if you have not heard of him, if you have not read his works, you have to. You have to. He's one of the greatest that lived in our time. And it doesn't mean that if you meditate that you will be free of all physical ailments, right? Just because you meditate, it doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be healthy for the rest of your life. Good health is truly a gift. But you can also gift it to yourself by doing the right things. But even if you do all the right things, you can get something that goes wrong, because bodily karma, the karma that travels from body to body, is a little bit different from the subtle karma that travels with you. So sometimes it's inevitable because it's in your DNA. So Ramana Maharishi had cancer. And he must have been in excruciating pain. I think it was the cancer of the stomach, if I'm not mistaken. He must have been in excruciating pain at the end. But the smile never left his face. Never left his face. Don't ask me how. He put up with the pain. He put up with everything that there was. He didn't feel it. He didn't feel it towards the end. He was just in peace. And I've heard of many stories like that where people use the meditation. And I got to wonder, I was trying to think, how can meditation improve things? Well, for one, a lot of our general aches and pains is caused by stress. Somebody says something that frightens you, you'll feel it in your neck. You'll start feeling that ache in your neck. And you'll wonder what your muscles are getting tense, everything in the back of your head is caught, the blood is finding it hard to pump, and the headache begins. Right? I've had tension headaches myself, in front of teachers, in front of people that you're a little bit scared of, right? So what happens then is that when you're stressed, your cortisol level goes up. And as there's more cortisol in your body, there's more inflammation. Everything gets inflamed. The blood is finding it more difficult to pass through. And with inflammation, your joints, everything will hurt. So for me, I might get the headache. For you, you might get like stomach cramps. Some people get stomach cramps and pain in the belly. They don't digest their food when they're stressed out. Stress is one of the main causes for bodily pain, regular bodily pain. I can tell you for one, I got migraines very regularly, once in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, which would last a whole week. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, I did discover the foods that I should stay away from. And once I did that, it got a lot better. But when you sit to meditate and you're having a migraine thumping, and the whole process of as you meditate, the cortisol levels are going down. Norepinephrine goes down in your body. That's the one that gets you all excited. Adrenaline goes down in your body, right? All of this is happening when you're meditating. And you can actually feel your muscles getting limp as you go deeper and deeper into meditation. If you at that point try to locate the exact point where your head is hurting, is it thumping here? Is it thumping at the back of the head? Is it on the muscle? Is it inside the bone? Is it 2 inches within my skull, outside my skull? As you keep inquiring where the pain is, you will notice after 5 to 10 minutes, the pain is better. Okay, it is not a substitute for pain medication. Meditation is not a substitute for pain medication. For people with acute pain, you probably need to take something, but it helps. It helps because continuous, and it doesn't help like if I tell you, if you've never meditated in your life, it's not going to take care of your headache. But if you know how to meditate, then and only then will it bring it down. Breath work helps too. Because breath work releases a lot of toxins. A lot of our pain in our body, disease in our body is caused by accumulation of toxins. We can't help it. It's in the food we eat. It's in the air we breathe. There is no escape from it. So meditation helps to alleviate some of those symptoms. And I can go on and on about how things work and they don't work for pain. People look for evidence, research and evidence. And it isn't until the last 50 to 100 years that people even know what meditation is. This has been working for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And the fact that you see one researcher take 5 people and give you a result immediately will tell you, oh, I should do this, right? This is what you're looking for. But research is just telling you what is exactly happening, right? They're just observing what is anyway happening with people. Try it for yourself. Try and see how you can be pain-free by just meditating every single day. It has a cumulative effect. It doesn't work overnight. But if you keep the practice up, you have to keep doing it every single day. And then, even if you have the headache, it's really okay. You've taught yourself that, yeah, it'll go. I'll just take a Tylenol after dinner and it's going to go. I'm just going to go about my life as it is. It's just a headache. It's just pain in my hip that has to happen. I can do many other things. I can ice. I can rest. I can stretch. I can do a little bit of yoga. Or I can feel utterly sorry for myself. That I'm always in pain. That I never feel good. Right? This always happens to me. And that's the thing that really gets most people when they get beset with a problem. And it can be a psychological problem. It can be a job loss. It can be loss of a friend, somebody that's physically gone from your family. It can be the pressure of looking after your family or looking after yourself. It can be the pressure of having to work in spite of being sick, going into work every single day. Women know that. Women know how difficult it is to go into work on the days where you just want to lie down, right? Those days in the month where you just want to lie down, yet you have to get up and do whatever you have to do, right? Pain is inevitable. It's going to come sometime or later. There are remedies for it. There are ways to relieve yourself. But don't let the suffering from the pain distract you. Distract you. Pleasure is not the answer to pain. A lot of people feel the turmoil of pain, the anxiety, the depression, and they drown it in either alcohol or drugs. I'm saying don't do that. Alcohol and drugs in the long run will make you more depressed, more addicted, make your life worse. The better option is meditation. It cannot hurt you. It may not give you an instant result, but it will not hurt you at all. Try it. Try it. Just try bringing meditation into your life every single day and see how you feel. Everything changes. You look younger, you feel healthier, you feel more energetic. You're less likely to shout and scream. You're more organized. Many things happen that it helps with. And the one important thing that I feel that it helps with, it makes you realize that suffering is not essential. We don't have to live this life being the victim. We can smile in spite of the pain, in spite of the injury, in spite of being in a wheelchair, in spite of being a diabetic, in spite of being without work, in spite of having lost a spouse, in spite of it all. We can still smile. We can still move forward. We can still do the right thing because, hey, the present is a gift from the divine. That's why it's called the present. Be here now. What is happening right now? Make this moment a moment of joy, a moment that is free of suffering. It might not be free of pain, but let it be free of suffering. Om Namah Shivaya.